Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 258. The strike continues in Sweden against Tesla, but now for the first time, a Tesla employee talks openly about it. And it finally happened. Tesla beats Audi in global car sales for the first time ever. And the Model Y did become the best-selling car of any kind in China in 2024, but Tesla is getting ready to make new records in 2025. And we got the EV sales numbers from the US market as well. And we have two more high-tech profiles saying that Tesla is leading in full self-driving. The list is getting pretty long. And Elon is showing off how exponential the AI learning is. And Toyota admits that hydrogen on all levels has been a failure for passenger cars. What do you know? And Tesla and Elon Musk is helping out with the fire disaster in California. And the Biden administration snobbed Tesla one last time. All of this and much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
So the strike continues in Sweden against Tesla, but now for the first time are Tesla employees talking to the news openly about it. And they said, "This is the best job I ever had in my life. They have to respect that we want to work." Let's hear it from the Tesla employees themselves.
Tesla has sent technicians to service cars in Luleå despite the strike.
Yes, this is the best job I've ever had in my life, so it feels pretty obvious to work.
Benjamin Olofsson is one of the technicians who has gone up to service cars in Gammelstad despite the IF Metal strike against Tesla, which has refused to sign the union's collective agreement. Benjamin is critical of how prolonged the conflict has become.
A bit ridiculous, actually. Arguing over an agreement that is actually worse than what we get fundamentally from Tesla.
Axel Jakobsen also defies the strike as he doesn't see that IF Metall's collective agreement improves the conditions for him and his colleagues.
If I had chosen that I wanted a different agreement, then I would personally decide to go out and strike.
So the agreement offers is worse than what they get from Tesla. Jesus, I thought the unions were supposed to protect the employees, but I guess not. And more people and companies in Sweden are coming out saying that they would never have joined the union if they knew what they know today. As this Swedish guy said to this question, "So you earn less by having a collective agreement?" 100%. If I had known in 2014, when I signed the collective agreement, what I know today, I would never have signed it. I would have rather let go of that customer and found my own way. There is no reason to have a collective agreement when the union ignores the peace obligation. But now I'm stuck in their web. If I leave, I'll face blockage that will strangle my company to death. If I stay, my company will survive at their mercy and only take on assignment the union deems acceptable. Yeah, this still feels much more like a mafia than anything else to me. And I think the unions are just hurting themselves and their reputation on this one. Don't think they knew who they were up against when they started to strike against Tesla. And many of you who have been following me for a while know that I care a lot about my health, as I have been a top 5 freediver in the world, so I have always been trying to eat healthy and work out. So taking supplement has never made me feel any different, as I always was pretty healthy, until I started to hear about AG1 from so many in the Tesla community and from people that I follow in the health community a few years back. And for the first time I did actually feel some benefits from when I started taking AG1 2-3 years ago. I have had more energy during the day and never really burned out in the evening. So even if you are eating healthy, which of course is the most important thing, but AG1 has so many good ingredients that you will probably feel the benefits from this product like I did. Because AG1 is not just another green powder, it is a research-backed daily health drink that combines a multivitamin, probiotic, a blend of superfood into one scoop. It's a powerhouse of 75 vitamins, minerals and whole food sourced ingredients designed to support your brain, gut and immune health. Whether you're following a keto or vegan or any other diet, AG1 is your one-stop solution for nutritional insurance. AG1 is backed by two of the people that I personally follow in the health community for guidance. That is Peter Attier and Dr. Andrew Huberman. Dr. Huberman is a renowned neuroscientist and professor at Stanford University. He has been stating that AG1 offers the most convenient way to invest in your nutritional foundation and complement a healthy lifestyle. And Peter Attier's involvement as both a scientist advisor as Andrew and an investor speaks of volume about AG1's credibility in the health community. And studies has been done by third-party experts which shows that AG1 has shown to enrich the gut microbiome, more than doubling the level of friendly bacteria typically found in a healthy gut. AG1's powder form is proven to be more easily digestible than a multivitamin or mineral tablet, allowing for better access to nutrition. So this is without a doubt the best vitamin pill you can get. So I could not be more thrilled that AG1 has become a sponsor of Best in Tesla, because taking AG1 is more than just a habit. It is an investment in your health backed by some of the brightest minds in science, making AG1 your daily non-negotiable habit for a holistic approach for your well-being. So try AG1 today and feel the difference in your energy, focus and overall health. Join the millions who trust AG1 for their foundational nutrition needs, including myself. And let AG1 be one of your New Year's resolutions for 2025. So check out the link below to get your starter kit, which also includes 5 travel pack, 1 year supply of vitamin D3 and K2, a container and a shaker bottle, giving you everything you need to kick off a healthy and better lifestyle here in 2025. And a big thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video. And it finally happened. Tesla beats Audi in global car sales for the first time ever. So, if the Tesla short sellers takes Audi seriously as an automaker, I think it's time they also took a serious look at Tesla. I personally thought it would happen back in 2023, as Tesla sold more in Q1 2023 than Audi did, but Audi just pulled ahead at the end of the year and sold 1.89 million vehicles in 2023, where Tesla sold 1.8. But Audi is down 12% year over year and sold 1.67 million vehicles in 2024, whereas Tesla sold 1.79 million vehicles in 2024. So very impressive. Remember, Audi does have like 30 different models and Tesla only have 5. Tells you a lot about how complex Audi is making it and how effective Tesla is making it. And Audi sold 164,000 BEVs globally with their 9 EV models, a decline of 8%. So no wonder that they want to try to rebrand themselves in China, as the Chinese BEV market grew about 32% last year, but Audi is down 8%. So all Audi's numbers are down in 2024. But do you remember what Audi CEO Deutschmann said back in 2020? That Audi would catch up to Tesla with 7-mile boots. I guess it was Tesla that was catching up and not the other way around. Funny how I had so many discussions with people that told me that Audi was now coming with EVs, so no one would want to buy a Tesla anymore, and Tesla would at best end up making electric motors for the old German automakers. And here we are. And I was right that Tesla would beat Audi and become a bigger automaker than Audi, and the rest of the premium car brands will probably follow soon, as Tesla has only just begun and will become about 20 to 30% bigger in 2025. And Audi will probably shrink even more. I did make a whole video about all the German BEV sales, so if you want to know more, check that one out. But one thing I would like to say is that Tesla still sells more BEVs than the entire German auto industry combined. But kinda crazy that we are here now, as Sawyer also wrote on X. This is a pretty big moment. Audi is a 115-year-old legacy car brand. Just 10 years ago, it was pretty unimaginable to most people that a pure EV brand, Tesla, would overtake a storied German car brand like Audi in total units sold. Tesla is now the 13th largest car company by units sold in the world. And as I talked about many times before, the Germans are failing the competition in China the hardest. As we can also see here on this chart from AJ, the Volkswagen Group was the biggest automaker in China only a couple of years ago and peaked with the production of just over 4 million units in 2018. But now they have fallen below 3 million for the first time since 2012. I don't think we have many left that still can't see the crisis the Volkswagen is in. China is where Volkswagen gets like 50% of all their profits from, and that market has dropped by 29% since their peak in 2018. They have dropped over 1 million units in sales in just 6 years. And the Model Y did become the best-selling car of any kind in China in 2024. But Tesla is getting ready to make new records here in 2025. Yes, I know it's hard to understand for some people that BYD can have such a huge market share in China and not have the best-selling car. But that is the difference between making 2 mass-market vehicles or making 30. So it's just fun to look back at the headlines like this saying Tesla's Chinese order dropped by half in 2021. And we have been hearing about demand problem in China basically every year ever since. And then here we are 4 years later and Tesla has the best-selling car in the country. The amount of bad journalism out there is quite amazing. Tesla managed to sell 480,000 units in 12 months of the Model Y according to China EV data tracker. And if we look at the top list here of vehicles from December, where Tesla's Model Y was also the best-selling car in China, just look at the price tag on all the other guys here. They are mostly like 5 to 10 times cheaper than the Model Y, and others half the cost. The only other car on this list getting close to the Tesla Model Y price is the SU7 from Xiaomi or the Tesla Model 3. So yes, the top 12 here is still dominating by the Chinese brand. No legacy automakers in sight, but Tesla has both of their mass market vehicles in the top 10. And we can see that Tesla is off to a very good start here in 2025, already in front of last year's number and keeping up very nicely with 2023 numbers. So it doesn't seem like Tesla will have such a bad start to the year as they did last year. So Tesla is doing great in China, up 8% year over year, and has the best-selling car of any kind. And we are seeing trucks loaded with the new refreshed Model Y driving around in China. So we are just waiting for the last approval to get delivery started. But Tesla's Giga Shanghai factory is to pause some production lines to optimize for mass production of the new Model Y Juniper. Citing sources reportedly familiar with the matter, Bloomberg News claims that Giga Shanghai Model Y line will be closed from January 22nd to February the 14th. This covers the Chinese New Year holiday. And Giga Shanghai Model 3 line will reportedly halt production as well, though its pause is expected to cover January the 26th to February the 3rd. Tesla China has not confirmed Bloomberg's news claims as of writing this, but it all sounds like Tesla is getting ready for a big ramp here at the beginning of the year of the Model Y in China. But not just in China. The first Model Y Juniper has already rolled off the production line in Giga Berlin this week as well, and will be signed by all 12,000 employees, and this specific Model Y will stay within the factory. The Tesla Model Y Juniper will be built in Tesla's factory in Shanghai, Berlin, but also in California and Texas, so at all Tesla's 4 factories. And we have seen more pictures of the camouflage Model Y in the US, so they should also be getting very close to production there as well. So Tesla will try to get the refreshed Model Y ramped up in all 4 factories basically simultaneously. So that is something Tesla has never done before, but they don't seem to be holding back in the ramp of the best-selling car in the world. So Tesla did it again in 2024 with the Model Y, and now they have just launched the refreshed Model Y, so the demand of this car will probably just increase in 2025, especially if Tesla gets approval for full self-driving version 13 supervised in China. I think 2025 could be yet another good year for the Tesla Model Y. And we got the EV sales numbers for the US market as well for 2024. So even though the US is behind in EV sales, they are still moving in the right direction. The US pure EV sales in 2019 was 240,000 units. In 2024 it was 1.3 million. That's an increase of 441% in 5 years. And Tesla was of course the best-selling EV brand of any kind, with 633,000. Hyundai Kia had 117,000. So the South Korean has outsold GM and Ford in the US in 2024. But Mary, you said you were leading in EVs. Funny how that has not been the case, even back when you said it, and now the Korean has even overtaken you. Must sting a bit. GM sold 114,000 units, Ford 98,000 units, BMW 52,000 units, Rivian 51,500 units, and the Volkswagen Group, so Porsche, Audi and Volkswagen, 46,000 units. And then we have all the Japanese further down and Mercedes even further down, but at least they sold almost 3 times as many EVs than Lucid did. But Lucid has become the live illustration of prototypes are easy and production is hard. They have a very nice prototype, but don't really seem to be able to produce many cars, even though Peter, the CEO, said it was only Tesla that experienced production hell. Well, Peter, you have produced an order of magnitude fewer cars than what you promised just back in 2021. So what do you call that then? Anyway, we can also see on this chart from Roland and see that 2024 was not the year the competition came for Tesla. But look, Tesla sales of the Model Y and Model 3 are down. Yes, but the Model Y is still selling more than 7 times as many units as the next best non-Tesla EV. There is just no competition for Tesla in the US, none whatsoever. But Tesla is down in the US, yes, 5%, that's it. We can look at Volkswagen if people want to see someone that doesn't sell that many EVs in the US to begin with, but they are down 52% in 2024 in the US market. So their sales has been cut in half. So not just in China they are struggling. And Volkswagen's Model Y competitor, the ID.4, has dropped 55% in sales. They only sold 17,000 units in all of 2024 in the US. So the Model Y, that is down in sales, still sold 22 times more units than the competitor from Volkswagen. Let's see how many news outlets are going to make headlines about Volkswagen is down 52%. Probably no one, but we already seen headlines about Tesla down 5%. But they are still outselling everyone else. We can even combine everyone else in the US and they will only just beat Tesla, as Tesla still has almost 49% of the market share. And Tesla Cybertruck did become the best-selling electric pickup truck in the US in 2024. But not only that, it was the 5th best-selling electric car overall. So if we should listen to someone like Fred Lambert from Electric, who has been out saying that Tesla Cybertruck sales in 2024 was a disaster, well, that means that all EV sales in the US are a disaster, because there are only 2 other non-Tesla EVs that are doing better. So I think it's pretty fair to say that people that are saying Tesla Cybertruck sales was a disaster have been proven wrong. And this was in its first year of production, and it beat the F-150 Lightning. If we should talk about a disaster, we might have to look over at Rivian's pickup truck, the R1T, which sale has been cut in half in 2024. I have been into a Rivian R1T, and it's a very nice, capable electric pickup truck. I really like it. But they are down 44% in sales of that pickup truck in 2024 and only sold 11,700 units. Now that is not good. So can someone please explain to me why the Cybertruck sales are a disaster? I just don't get it. It sold 4 times as many units as the Rivian that has been in production for years, and it even beat all other EV pickup trucks combined, excluding the F-150 Lightning. So I think it's doing all right. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts. And it seems like every week at the moment we have a CEO of a huge tech company coming out and telling the world that Tesla is the leader in autonomy. Su Qing, former Huawei executive of autonomous driving, spoke about full self-driving this week as Ray for Tesla shared on X. If you insist on having me choose a benchmark today, frankly speaking, I would still choose full self-driving because I truly believe the overall quality of the American team and their spirit of innovation are genuinely admirable. After trying it out myself, I can see that they have many unique strengths in the terms of technology, and in some areas they are even ahead by a significant margin. It's okay to acknowledge it. Wow, so the list is getting pretty long of big names saying Tesla is the leader in full self-driving now. Google CEO, Nvidia CEO, Commerce founder say Tesla will win, Uber's former CEO says Tesla will solve this, and now Huawei's former executive is saying Tesla is ahead by a significant margin. So, are there still anyone left that are willing to bet against the leaders of these huge tech companies? And Xiaomi CEO Li Jun openly admitted that Xiaomi is 5 to 10 years behind Tesla, which is still the benchmark for the EV industry. As a newcomer, Xiaomi has made strides in vehicle technology, beating all Chinese competitors other than Tesla. Xiaomi will incorporate the first principle thinking when learning from Tesla. Li Jun met Elon Musk over 10 years ago and is one of the earliest Tesla owner in China. So even Xiaomi, that within the first year of production with their first EV ever, they sold over 130,000 units. So beating both Ford and GM. So Xiaomi is doing very well, but does admit that Tesla is the leader and is many years ahead. Very refreshing to hear after years of hearing Mary say that they are the leader both in the US and China in EVs. And here is someone that actually execute on EVs with one model and is still humble enough to acknowledge that Tesla is the leader and the one they're trying to copy. He also says Chinese competitors can learn from Tesla about full self-driving, but are limited by training compute. His current company takes a hybrid approach to tackle autonomy, so end-to-end plus rule-based programming. So we can add him to the list of executive saying Tesla is the leader. But Ray for Tesla also shared this video and wrote, I was going uphill on a neighborhood street, facing direct intense sunshine while full self-driving version 13.2.2 was engaged. For a brief moment, I couldn't see anything in front of me, so I had to rely on the visualization on the screen for the road conditions. I didn't see a jogger on the side, but the cameras did. I was amazed that full self-driving was able to handle this scenario without hesitation, even though I couldn't see anything briefly. I wonder if this might be a fluke, so I tried 2 more times on the same stretch of street and each ended up being perfectly driven. Full self-driving perception is pretty insane without LiDAR and radar. Yes, another example that clearly shows how much better Tesla's vision sees compared to us humans. And if you think LiDAR will do a better job, think again, as Bill wrote in a reply to Ray. I work at a LiDAR company for 2 years. I won't mention the name so they don't get mad at me. But there was no way our LiDAR would work driving towards the sun. The sun overwhelmed the small amount of energy that was reflected by the object in front of the car. Yes, Tesla is clearly on the right path here and is getting very close. Just as Tesla also shared a nice full self-driving video from parking lot to parking lot. As Tesla wrote, you won't want to go back to driving manually all the time after experiencing full self-driving supervised. Exactly. And Jacob also shared this video and wrote, unbelievable. Most human drivers can't even do what full self-driving does here. Just all very impressive. And the progress is just insane. And Elon did also share this chart and wrote, this is what exponential improvement look like. The data might not be from the most trusted source, but Elon pointing out that this is kind of what they see inside of Tesla shows us that yes, Tesla's full self-driving system is learning exponentially. It will improve much faster here in 2025 than it did in 2024, where it did get 1,000 times better. 2025 is going to be wild. And Tesla filed a new patent for LFP cathode materials, as Gordon from the Limiting Factor wrote on X. This is a patent application for Tesla to manufacture LFP cathode materials. This should of course be unsurprising. It's one more brick in the road to Tesla's LFP cells produced in-house. Tesla want to be master of their own destiny when it comes to batteries and their entire supply chain that produce them. So we will probably get a lot more info about that later if you just follow the Limiting Factor. But Drew Baglino did reply to Gordon and wrote, "The patent described a more scalable, low capital investment and lower process cost means of making LFP than traditional precursor CSTR followed by RHKs. Would be prudent for the new LFP supply chain developed in the US and Europe to adopt this approach when localizing. Fully scaled can be lower cost than unterrified or non-terrified LFPs from China." Nice. And Blue Origin launched their new big rocket this week. 24 years after the company was founded, Jeff Bezos' rocket company has successfully reached orbit with its own rocket for the first time ever. So a big congratulations to Blue Origin for this first test flight. But we did of course get Business Insider making headlines like Jeff Bezos stuck the landing. Now it's Elon Musk's turns. Business Insider does know that SpaceX has stuck the landing 379 times with orbital rocket boosters, right? But anyway, cool to see Blue Origin reaching orbit as well with their reusable rocket. And Elon did tune in and congratulated both team and Jeff Bezos. But Jeff Bezos also wished SpaceX good luck, as SpaceX also had their 7th test flight of the Starship during this week. So it seems like Elon and Jeff are becoming best buddies. And this was a launch where SpaceX wanted to test out the autonomous launch of their next generation Starlink satellite. But it was also a whole new version of the Starship, and the launch went well. And we did get another catch of the booster with the Maxilla Tower, which is just awesome to see. So SpaceX also stuck their landing, but they did lose communication with the Starship, so unfortunately they did not get to try the new launch system of the Starlink satellite. But we apparently got a beautiful rapid disassembly of the Starship in the atmosphere. And if you're wondering if Blue Origin rocket is as big as SpaceX Starship rocket, here is a nice comparison picture. And 40 members of the European Parliament have signed a letter requesting the EU President invites Elon Musk to speak at the plenary. The parliaments want to discuss freedom of speech, conservation values and technological success, and have the goal of making Europe great again. Seems like Elon is becoming the most influential human on the planet. And the Cybertruck is changing hearts one at a time.
What's the matter?
I seen something I don't want to look at. I don't like full electric cars, for one thing.
Anyway, let's go.
Look at there.
He's got one of those.
I see in here driving one of them. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Hi, Jenny. I'm not going in there. No way. Can't even get in. How can I check it out? Oh my goodness.
Look at the engine.
Whoa. That's a seat. Where's the engine?
There isn't one because it's electric. There's no engine.
It's a seat. Look at the tires on there. We're driving this.
We're driving this
Austin.
family.
Okay, let me think. There's got to be a little,
Yep.
like on the car door.
Yep.
It's a regular truck. Where'd that thing go? Where did it go?
I don't know.
I can't. Look at the room.
I don't know. I don't. Oh,
Oh,
That's actually.
what is that?
look it. You can charge your scooter.
We better plug it in. You just got like. Oh my goodness.
You wouldn't even have to take it off or nothing.
No, just leave it. Amanda, I'm starting to like this.
I know. All right, hop on in.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is a truck?
Yeah, this is the Cybertruck.
This is a truck?
Yeah.
A cyber truck. I can't believe this. A cyber truck.
And GM continues to show they are not really serious about making EVs in volume, as they showed off their new Cadillac Escalade IQ EV that weighs more than the Hummer EV. But they have also jammed 217 kilowatt hours of batteries into that car. Jesus. But they did also jam 40 speakers, and look at that trunk. Damn, that's huge. Are GM compensating for something? So just another low volume vehicle from GM that doesn't really matter much. And John Deere's Starlink satellite service is now available. Pretty cool partnership. Starlink is just becoming the preferred internet for all moving things on Earth. And Elon Musk wrote, "Here we go again," as Biden administration snubbed Tesla one last time, as Mario wrote on X. Tesla snubbed for big rig charging funding. Again, the Biden administration has denied Tesla's $100 million request to found a semi-truck charging corridor, making it the third rejection for the project. The funds was part of a $636 million package for EV infrastructure awarded to 49 applicants, but Tesla didn't make the cut. Dubbed Project Tesseract, the plan aimed to build 9 stations across 3 states, each with 750 kilowatt chargers for Tesla semi-trucks. The snub raised questions about federal priorities for EV trucking, so all automakers are joining Tesla's North American charging standard. But the Biden administration will not fund them setting up chargers for semi-trucks, but will rather give money to 49 other companies. I would love to hear their reasoning behind that decision to waste even more taxpayers' money. As we already know, Tesla has the cheapest, best and most reliable charging network in the US by far. That is why they have all joined it. And Toyota admits that hydrogen on all levels have been a failure for passenger cars. This is a big moment in history for hydrogen, when even Toyota's chief technology officer is out saying, "I can't say for sure that it's a bright future for hydrogen." Wow! But even though the science is very clear and decades of failure from Toyota just underlines it, that hydrogen is not a solution for transport, it will always be too expensive and complicated. That doesn't change just because the vehicles become bigger. But Toyota is basically forced to continue to work on hydrogen and waste even more billions of dollars because of Japan's commitment of hydrogen for its decarbonization goal. This will be devastating for Japan, as they will not be able to get to their decarbonization goal and will be left far behind in the race to a sustainable future. If you want to make a deeper dive and why this will never work, I did make a whole video about it, comparing Toyota's hydrogen semi-truck to Tesla's semi-truck. Check it out, link down below. And we got another example of why people should leave their feelings and politics out of investment and technologies. As Europe's largest pension fund says it sold its entire $585 million stake in Tesla in Q3, partly due to Elon Musk's compensation package. The fund voted against it and thought it was exceptionally high. If they had held their position, their Tesla stock would now be worth $1.1 billion. And Elon tuned in and wrote, so they lost $500 million and failed their constituents. And Sawyer replied, pretty much. And Ray for Tesla shared that Leap Motors released its profit forecast, announcing that it has achieved net profit turnaround in Q4 2024, reaching its goal of a single quarter profitability 1 year earlier than planned. This milestone marked Leap Motors as the second profitable brand among new EV manufacturers. Congratulations. So this also shows that Chinese are starting to emerge with profits on EVs, while we know that the legacy automakers still have a long way to go. But also shows us how far ahead Tesla is, as we always compare unit sales to other Chinese players, right? But many forget that most are not earning any money or selling their EVs, but Tesla is earning good money. And Hyundai's CEO says that he thinks Elon Musk's outside influence over the Trump administration may actually be positive for the rest of the auto industry. As he said, I think having someone who is very close to the US industry and the EV world in that position should be positive for the industry. And Elon Musk replied, cool. And Elon and Tesla continue to help despite all the hate he gets. And he wrote on X, apologies to those expecting Cybertruck deliveries in California over the next few days. We need to use those trucks as mobile base stations to provide power and Starlink internet terminals in the area of LA without connectivity. A new truck will be delivered end of week. Elon even met up with the Palisades Fire Command team to hand over more Starlinks, and soon we saw a convoy of Cybertruck entering the area. But as Doge Norway wrote, the Cybertruck born for it. But Tesla did a lot more than just send Cybertrucks and Starlink. They were covering house accommodation and supporting employees with transport and meals, supercharger, megapacks, Powerwall, and so much more. Tesla and SpaceX have become like the disaster response powerhouse. Thanks for all the help you are giving. And before we end off with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to my newest supporters of this channel. My new YouTube members, Michael East, Pierre Burdin, David, and Kurt Jigger. Thank you so much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are all the producers of this new show. Thank you. And let's end off with a bit of fun. Thought this little video was fitting after Blue Origin's first orbital launch. That is all we have time for in this new show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel, or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos, behind the scenes, and access to all my research charts and spreadsheet also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.